To a counselor's journey. And today we're going to dive into which topic are we going to dive into? Now, you already know because you read the title. So, we're going to get into understanding understanding an asylum case. And before we hop in, again, my name is Juan. This is, I want to give myself like an intro. This is Juan over at a counselor's journey. I think from the podcast, I'm so used to doing that I just went into mode right here. But let me just take a deep breath, kind of go back a little bit. This is my authentic, genuine, vulnerable self. Now, this video is for anyone out there who has, maybe you've taken the immigration courses that I offer, and I put the links below, or you are a clinician out there and you are looking at writing immigration evaluations to your counseling practice. And I like to do these videos because I want to make sure that on a clinical level, we're doing a good job. We are effective. We are, utilizing our skills, our knowledge, and then resources such as this video, which, is no different than continuing education. I know there's not a CEU here, but, there's knowledge. There's a lot of nuggets that you can gain. So when we look at an asylum case, overall for an asylum, you're going to have an eligibility that the refugee is going to meet for that asylum status. And the eligibility is connected to these areas: race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership to a social group. Now, whenever you're working as a clinician and serving the individual who's navigating their immigration case, they've already done much of the legwork, if you will, with their attorney. Like, they should have already, or sorry, should use a different word there. More than likely, they'll already be at the stage where they filed a lot of their documents with their attorney, and their attorney is able to communicate with you and say, "Hey, we need some support here to understand maybe how race or political opinion or nationality impacted this individual to not want to return back to their country of origin due to fear." Right, fear of some sort of persecution, fear of harm, fear of being hurt, if you will. And one of the simple ones there, kind of to give you an example, would be, let's say, religion, right? So let's say someone in their home country, they were detained or they were beaten, if you will, just, really, abused, to an extent. So then they transition here, relocated here to the U.S., maybe under refugee protection here in the U.S. Because obviously they don't want to go back. They don't want to go back to a home country where they're going to be hurt, where they're going to be persecuted. So then you would work with them, right? You would work with them as any clinician would. You would sit, and then you would ask a lot of questions. You would interview them through that evaluation process to understand, what took place in their home country, and how did that experience, phenomenological experience, if you will, affect the reason for not wanting to go back? How does it continue to affect them now? You may have to dig into some inventories, assessments, if you will. Something really simple could be like a PTSD assessment, PCL5, providing them with that to see if there's any symptomology that sticks out. And then you can engage in structured and unstructured interview, meaning you're trying to identify if their symptoms still alive, or what symptoms did take place, when they were there, and then how does the idea of returning, impact them now? And then as you're gaining information, you're documenting it and you're writing it in your evaluation. I like to kind of go on a little tangent here. I like to connect the trauma evaluations like in their own category. You've got your VAWA, your asylum is this one, U visa, T visa. Typically, those have to do with some sort of trauma that took place. And I like to do that just to kind of keep my writing concise, so that I know that with those, I'm going to focus a little bit more on that trauma section. And that helps me too with, identifying like a specific diagnosis or providing certain inventories to the individual. So that wraps it up. I don't want to, go too deep into this conversation because we may get a little bit, I don't know, may get too excited, and then it'll be a 5 or 10 minute video versus an hour video. And then you're like, all right, Juan, get to the point. Or close the video. So I hope this was helpful. As always, I hope that you are doing well in life and you are, just really enjoying and breathing, as you take on every step in your journey of private practice. Take care and have an amazing day.